Okay, thank goodness we done already covered them tired taglines. Oh, Lord.
We're opening with Meredith disengage Marks.
And Lisa, I don't feed my kids vegetables, baller.
Now, I will say, if Meredith is smart, she could decide to, instead of
Disengaging.
become the matriarch of the group, which would be a smart switch up. It's only season 4. Show us a different side of you. Because don't pull a Kenya where you're, the villain. And Kenya leaned into the villain. She said it herself. This is not a dig or read. Kenya plays an amped up version of herself. Like, this is a little improv. Like, let's stop calling it reality TV and calling it improv TV. And then maybe we can look at it as it should be looked at. However, if Meredith can show a different side of herself, it would give her longevity. Like Karen Huger, instead of being like, she was a stick in the mud for 2 seasons, and then she was like, I'm going to try to change. I'm going to try to grow. And that's why we all love and stand Karen. Where she can get in the mess, but she is not of the mess. Giselle is of the mess. Now, I'm sorry, we running through all the things Lisa has said about Meredith. Meredith, why would you want to be friends with this woman? Why? Why would you want to get it on the good foot or any foot? Child, I'd amputate this foot like they took Big Mama leg.
You know, I'm from New York, so I'm not a very trusting person.
No, you're not a trusting person because you're around piece of shit and probably racist people. You're not a trusting person because, like most pink toes, you can't trust your own. You gonna trust Meredith after the cussing out you gave her? See, once I'm like, I don't mess with you no more, and I put up my wall and I've said, okay, you know what, that's enough, and I've had to let you know I done had it, I don't mess with you no more. That's it. I don't trust your forgiveness because I don't trust you. You want to be cool and cordial? We can be cool and cordial, but baby, I stay ready, so I ain't got to get ready. Oh my God. Now, Meredith, I got to say, I don't know if this was for your growth. We know it wasn't. Or for the show. But you said, you know what? I shouldn't have said there were rumors about you out there. I should have left that alone. I should have kept my mouth shut because I can't speak on your family and then tell you how mad to get, which is true. Meanwhile, across town, Heather and Whitney are going to a hot tub. Why do they have to thrust each other upon each other? Look, y'all can like slowly come together and be friends. Y'all ain't got to be throwing events and going to hot tubs every 5 seconds. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Heather can't stop tasting the water that her ass, that her tuchus, that her anus is in. And Whitney's anus is in that water, and you putting it in your mouth. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing Whitney's point about baths being a bit gross. Like, getting in a hot tub is one thing. I'm not putting that water in my mouth. You mean bussy popping over corns. That's what you mean. Oh, God, feet are in the... Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I'm glad I'm getting this out the way. So Heather says, you know, my event went well. I didn't really invite half them heifers that showed up, especially not Angie K, who I was friends with in high school, but she had a perm. I thought she had curly hair. Heather, you went to high school in the 80s. Everybody had a perm. Everybody had a perm. My mom had a perm. So she was mad Angie gravitated towards Jen versus her, and now she upset she trying to be up Lisa's labia. Well, I mean, the heifer don't mess with you. Why do you care? Heather, you actually seem like a nice lady. Like, you a human. You got some mess with you like everybody else. But you seem like a lady that I would enjoy having lunch with, and you seem like someone that can genuinely respect and care about their friends. Why do you care about somebody that don't care about you? That's your biggest downfall. You care about people that don't care about you, and I'm just realizing I'm probably preaching to myself. Not with all of my friends, but you know, I've had some moments, especially making new friends, living a new life where I'm like, okay, back off them. Heather, you say you feel bad for the girls that peak in high school, but you still talking about high school. I don't know anybody I went to high school with, and I think I'm a better person for it. I ain't telling y'all how to live y'all lives, but I'm glad, like, child, I done moved 8 different places, lived 100 different lives. I'm a thoroughly different person. I mean, yeah, from what, I graduated at 17 and now I'm 40. I hope in 20 years I learned something. Now Heather's upset that Lisa withheld her son going on the mission from her. Well, you just wrote a book called Bad Mormon. So I could see why maybe her son going on a mission isn't something she would run and tell you just for that context. Also, y'all ain't that damn close. Like, your kids is going to regular college. You're encouraging them to pop that puss. They trying to get him to save himself from marriage, which is going to make him a terrible lover. Oh my God. A heterosexual man with no experience. That's a recipe for disaster. Oh, Heather asking the hard-hitting questions. I want to know what his motivation is for going on the mission. AKA, she thinks he's just trying to get away from controlling Lisa. Ooh, Heather has another really good point. I can't believe it. She said Lisa may not be ready for who her son is when he gets home because you're a Mormon, but you aren't following all the laws and the rules. So when they get back, they're going to be all about following the letter of the law, not just the spirit. And Heifer, you selling spirits. My goodness, look at me finding a fuck for this episode. Whitney's like, girl, you overstepping. You really getting into their family business. But I also feel like she has a point. I feel like Heather has finally found a plot line. All right, get messy. Get messy. Instabeaner in the chat said, Princess Fiona got time today. I like Heather, though. I feel like I would probably enjoy having lunch with her out of everybody else on the cast. I feel like me and Heather would have a good lunch. We'd order sliders to start. We'd both look at each other and say, do we want a white wine spritzer? And then order a good vodka martini. I could see having a good lunch with her. And then after the sliders, we'd split 2 main courses and desserts. She's my kind of girl. Because the only other housewife I think I could eat like with that would be Candy. Candy would be bold. Like, Heather would be bold. The other wives would be afraid to eat. You saw Mary ordering that salad. And Meredith Marks, she'd probably be pushing that sun on me. I have to say, Angie K does stay in some big sunglasses, but I like them. I call them headline news sunglasses. I need to get myself a pair. Over at Meredith's latest vacation rental. Okay, Meredith, why your husband look beat up? Oh, he white man aging. Damn. He looked cute last season and now he's curdled like milk. He got red spots on his face. Girl, get him to the esthetician immediately. And Lord, that hairline. It was here last season. It was here. What happened? What did you do to him? Girl, you gotta get him to a refreshener. He is not aging gracefully. Like, you should have had him have some work done. He looked like he had some work done, like he was keeping himself up. Oh, Lord, you let him go to seed, and you can't let your pink toe go to seed. Meow in the chat said, it was nice of the Airbnb to put some art on those bare walls. See, a lot of men think they can age gracefully and that rugged looks works for them. It don't. It don't for a lot of men. That's why I try to keep a little fat in my face. Because the fat keeps it very youthful. It keeps the skin tight. Helps with collagen. So I'm like, I don't want to get gaunt as I get older. You want to have like a little, like I want to get rid of this turkey waddle before it becomes a turkey waddle. So it's a fine line. But he done got gaunt, and more importantly, he's got, 50-year-old rosacea. Somebody get his skin together. Get him to Kaiser. Lord, I sound like Roxanne. Why isn't Bussy Marks helping his father keep it together? Child, I don't know. They're starting a podcast about relationships. Y'all are holding on by a thread. I feel like y'all have a nice open marriage right now. Hell, I'd probably sleep with your husband if he didn't look like the red-faced fool. If he didn't look like Clifford the Big Red Dog at this point. Y'all gotta help yourselves before you help other people. But I guess you figured since you couldn't make twink marks happen, you better go for what you know. Oh, Lord, Trixie Mattel is coming on their show. Well, you know what? I gotta say that's pretty A-list. That's pretty big. They got the sissies in their corner. And your husband's a pinch hitter, because I can tell you why Trixie's coming on that show. He got a dick deposit, a penis payment, a cock check. Oh, they're going to the Trixie Motel? Oh, okay. Trixie is about her business. Twink Marks is clearly that girl that can't make it happen because your mom done found another gay. You are that girl that can't make it happen where your mom went and found another gay. She said, you know what, honey, we threw you in front of Andy Cohen. He sniffed you and turned his nose up, so now we got to go with Trixie. Wow, this is cool, though. A RuPaul Bravo tie-in? All right. This is honestly the most positive gay recognition that we have seen on The Housewives. So she's inviting Heather, Mary, Lisa, Whitney. Okay, we over with Angie's family, and her husband also looks weathered. Take care of your husbands. Their skin should be as fresh as mine. Oh, Angie, you have such a repressed husband. And you put that on television? You don't know you really don't know. And I'm sure you've heard it before and you've laughed it off for so long. Y'all believe your own lie. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't think everybody can. I know a heterosexual when I see one. Have I ever accused Todd Burris? Other than calling him Todd Burris. But girl, this Chris Maloney is heterosexual. This man is not. I'm sorry, I've been gay for 40 years. 40 years! I know a gay pink toad when I see one. I know bisexual, but I don't know about their sex life. And they the first ones to get married because that's what you married, but the last thing you got to do is have sex with a woman. This cheaper than a turkey baster lifestyle, child, I can't. She said her husband is number 3 on her list. You know why? He wants it that way, because that way he has free time to be with his friends, his buddies, his pals. So she telling her husband that things have been odd with her and Heather. So it seems like Harrington wants to kiss up to Heather. She's like, in high school, she was such a good student. We were both really witty and funny, and I don't know why we're not getting along. Because you ain't shit, you ain't shit, you ain't shit. Baby, you ain't shit. So we come back from commercial break with the new heifer. Diane. No, I'm Diane. Diana? Monica. This heifer out here selling swaddles. Her mama's supposed to be helping her and she doing her nails just like I'm about to be. All these heifers' family stories is the same. I had 800 kids, then, the marriage went south, and now I'm trying to make it on my own with a decent child support. It's a yawn for me. Honestly, your plot line is Jen Shaw's tea. Enlighten us on the indictment. Oh, God, so now she whining I'm broke and going on the girls' trip and can't gift them nothing. Shut up, heifer. I'm sorry. At BravoCon, they told us on your first season, they give you a good $20,000 clothing stipend. So, I know you went to Louis Vuitton and you bought it back because they gave you money to frickin' do it. Stop your crying, heifer. Oh, Jesus. This is not making us like you, get in touch with you, commune with you, girl. You missed the mark. They gave you this scene, and this is what you did with it. Either production set you up or you ain't shit. It could be a mix. Meow in the chat said business must not be that good if you can't afford a Louis Vuitton bag. Her father's gay? Child, I don't think your father, but that's just me. You don't want them to make fun of you for having a smaller house. Oh no, we're going to make fun of you because of your poor values, your poor choices. We're going to make fun of you for being friends with Jen Shaw. There's a lot we can make fun of you for. You could have $8 million. We'd still be making fun of you for that. Because you'd still be tacky and trifling. The way the mama said, you're so far ahead of the curve for our family. AKA, honey, I taught you the con. You know, squeeze the best you could out your cooch. You're doing better than we did. She's proud to be off assistance. She gives me a former welfarian. You can say that about a white woman. I just saw a Cracker Barrel commercial. I can't believe they still open. Why not just call it the Pink Toe Depot? I have to say, this episode is actually giving something. Well, other than Monica's moment. And you can tell she's going to make her mother, the wistful welfarian, part of her plotline. Oh, God, Whitney and her big ugly, I don't care. Did he get another job? Oh, they're going to dinner with Angie and her man. And Lord, these pants are so tight. I know he's busting his pussy in bathrooms. Oh, goodness. Now Whitney's coot is wearing crystals. I think them husbands is bumping bus. I wonder what Grindr looks like in Salt Lake City. Nah, you know what? They give me more. I ain't even gonna tell you. I ain't even gonna tell you. Your 11-year-old sleeps in your bed. Your 11-year-old sleeps in your bed. And you have a dog with dyed hair. Your husband is gay. Whitney said, when are they having sex with? I mean, I don't know who she having sex with, but I know he getting it in at the gym. You can tell by his quads. So Whitney brings up the trip that Angie hasn't been invited to. Her husband's like, we lost a third of revenue trying to do something nice for Meredith Heifer. Why ain't you invited on this trip? Trying to cut her camera time. We trying to get that show going. Ooh, I can tell he's going to be a peach holder. The whole point of this trip was team building and bonding. How do we do that excluding someone? Well, she don't want to bond with the bitch. How about that? We've got to cleanse this aura and send it away. Call the corners. Manon, Manon. This is not the craft heifer. Acting like you on coven. You are not the swamp witch. Heather didn't invite me to her event either. I had to get invited through Lisa there because no one likes you. I feel like you're thrusting yourself upon the group. They're not trying to ice you out. They're just not including you, which is very West Coast. Very West Coast. They just won't bring you in. It's very, you have to have your own party. So she gonna be a +1. Really, you gonna start this season off on your Amanda Seals? How desperate. Oh God, they getting her a jump seat as the flight attendant. They got her flying in on the egg money. Just put her on a Greyhound. Oh God, so Heather and Monica are going shopping, I guess for this trip. So Monica finds out Heather and Angie aren't close. Heather said, I don't like the heifer. Oh, Heather's pissed that Angie was spreading rumors about lesbonics with her and Jen. Girl, you cheated on your husband with his brother? That's a special kind of foul. Oh, your husband's sister's husband. Yeah, I wouldn't welcome you anywhere either because you fucking the family. What's up with this incest? Can't they find somebody instead of fucking the family? Cousins, grandpappy, sisters. It is incest. It makes me ew, ew. But it's your deal. Incest, ooh. When you can't find nobody, fuck the family. Ooh. I think this is the definition of a heathen, a harlot, and a hussy. Twink Marks didn't know that Palm Springs was in the desert? Girl. Mary calling the hotel whining about the menu begging for Dom Perignon. I can tell by that dirty house phone on your credenza. You don't have Dom Perignon in your filthy little house. So the heifers are headed to Palm Springs. That's a nice baton Monica got. Oh, God. So Whitney's there early.
And Meredith said, I thought this was a bonding, trust-building trip, and I just want to know why she's not traveling with us.
Oh, my God. Your heifers will get there. You can reach it by sailboat, cross the desert on a flight of hope. I don't care how you get there, just get there when you can. I gotta say though, this episode had some meat. This should have been the premiere. So at the hotel, we got Whitney and the uninvited Angie meeting Trixie in full drag. This hotel is cute, girl. See, I want to go stay there now. They know the Bravo gays. Lisa done lost a ring worth 60 grand, but I mean, why would you wear your 60 grand ring on a trip? Wouldn't you put on your paste and glass? Paste and glass. They asked Heather, what's the most expensive thing you lost? And she said, my dignity. That's a real one. She's going to call her jeweler. What is that gonna do? He ain't got a chip in it. So Whitney tells Trixie, I wasn't told I couldn't bring a guest, and you know, she wasn't invited, so I brought her anyway. All right, well that was the shit, so I'm gonna see you soon for something. Somebody thought this was a record player, and it's not. It is a globe. As you can see, it has a map of the world, but also on the edge here, it has all of the zodiac signs. Because I am a proud Capricorn. Whenever somebody asks me my sign, I say dollar. And some people get it, some people don't. But yeah, I keep a lamp in here and nail polish and, well, actually, this is my top coat. I'm bald right now. Snacks like these little, what are these? Sour cream and onion rings I got from Target, and oh my God. Oh, I have to get another package of these banana chips. Banana chips are everything. Because it's that perfect bit of sweet and crunch without having to feel terrible about yourselves for going through a whole pack of these, which are, now I live near Trader Joe's, so these are Trader Joe's sea salt brownie bites. I ate half of these on my way home. And I never eat anything on my way home from the grocery store because, you know, your hands are dirty at you, but I just needed something, and the walk from the grocery store is close to my house, but oh my God. Oh my God, these are amazing. But ooh, I have to buy these 6 to 10 packs at a time. The butter almond thins. They remind me of the windmill cookies. They're a thinner version of a windmill cookie. If you know, you know. If you grew up going to Tops supermarket, you know. They have them other places, but that's where I got mine. Voortman, that windmill, that Dutch cookie. I mess with it. The long and the short, but oh my God. Like I ain't even going, but it's like 1, 2, 3 stacks. You will go through 2. It's like Pop-Tarts. You know, you just gotta eat the whole box. Just call it a day. Oh. Oh. Mm.